What are you representing in this live? Law class, law class, law class. The Bible is a book of laws and a whole bunch of other stuff. We teach the laws, statutes, and commandments that no religious organization wants to follow. So hopefully that clarifies what this is about. Bitch about 10%. I don't want to hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him. Just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably because he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody won't be Richard Porter. God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow sign. Yeah, this the rim McCoy. Feel like Gullah Drake when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's any other comments or questions? Drop them in the chat box. It's your chance to get it in. Alright, we're gonna get it started. Let's see, I'm gonna cancel this. Go over here. Get this Bible open. It's showtime, y'all. Alright. Let me pause this. Yahweh Ba Shema Shabakatha. This is priest and officer Mathrakah here in Albany, New York. Welcome to the law class. Isupk was started in 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, 1969. And we are under the leadership of Commanding Junior Hana. Alright. Oh, I don't want to turn this off yet. I gotta use this. I do want the music to go off though. That I do want off. Alright, let's get it in, y'all. So again, my name is Priest and Officer of Mathrakah. Alright, here in Albany, New York. Alright. For those who don't know, if this is your first time, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Alright. Early for Halloween. Nah, buddy. We don't follow Halloween. None of that. Halloween is pagan. Halloween was started by the Protestant church. Let me tell you something. You old Baptist church folk, y'all think y'all doing something different. You are still worshiping European people. So before you come over here trying to clown me, you should hold a mirror to yourself. Do you support? No, we do not. Dr. Umar has nothing to do with us. We are separate from all organizations, right? And that includes other Israelite camps and groups, all right? This was the foundation. Many of those Hebrew Israelite camps that you see out there came out of 1 West. They departed, their leaders departed from the school, started their own thing, much like any church out there. Are Black Americans, Nubians, Native Americans, or ancient Hebrews? Down the list, we are not Nubian. 2 Native Americans are part of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And black people, meaning so-called Negroes, will expand into Haitians and West Indians are also part of the Southern tribe. They are all descendants of the ancient Hebrews. And the only ones that were not mentioned are Latinos, Hispanics, who are also part of the 12 tribes of Israel. How do we know? Because we all were oppressed by European nations. You go down the list, if we speak the language of those European nations, those are the people we were oppressed by. Or believe Jesus was the Christ. He is Christ, but I don't know what you mean by that. The only biblically correct are Hebrew. You got to prove that. You got to prove it. That I want to see. Or do you say these things because they suffer from no. No. I think y'all should get off of your belief of, that somehow is self-inflicted. First of all, you would have to understand history to make the connection. Once you can understand history and how things developed, then things begin to make sense. Secondly, based off a conversation I had yesterday with a sister, we are talking about why the black community does not have cities and businesses and so on and so forth. She tells me, in her mind, that if we just have hope, per her words, if we just have hope, we can get somewhere. I'm trying to impress upon her that hope has nothing to do with being successful. So not only are we a plague to ourselves, but there are external forces that also keep black, Hispanic, and Native American people from rising up, unless you decide to play the game. If you're going to play the game, then it's all good. If you decide not to play the game, then that's where things go wrong, right? So no, it has nothing to do with an inferiority complex. It has everything to do with being under another people for 400 to 600 years as to why we fail as a people. One who sees says submit to. Oh no, you have to take that elsewhere, homie. I don't talk to people who believe in, Allah, but quote from the Bible. you should go have a seat, homie. I got to ignore you. You get ignored, instant ignored. Afro-Asiatics are not Hebrews. Well, I never said that Africans were, and we don't believe that we are Africans. Now, you can spin it however you want. African, we are not those people. And if that's what you support, then you should go do that. 2, DNA doesn't prove anything because no one tells any other nation of people to do DNA test. No one from China, no one from Japan, no one from South Korea, no one from Arab nations. But we who were oppressed for the past 400 to 600 years are the only people that have to be, we have to prove our identity based off of a test that is designed by the people who oppressed us to have a certain result. Again, you have to kind of think outside the box, because the simplicity stuff is what's holding you back, right? I'm an educated person, so I can speak from an academic standpoint, right? If you want to know where I stand, I'm pursuing grad school at the moment, so it just lets you know where I am, working on the 3rd degree. I don't come with some mumbo jumbo street knowledge, right? I have been educated in a variety of areas of study, and those things that I have been taught in class also correlate with what I teach in these classes. So stop hitting me with that blackity black stuff, which means nothing. Stop it. Judaism, including the Talmud, state Jesus was. Well, that's because they don't believe in Christ, and by discrediting Christ, they're free to what? Not follow any laws. The Bible is a book of laws, things that you have to follow, things that you are ordered, commanded to follow. By them doing that, it's discrediting that, number 1, Christ is king, and 2, that the laws are done away with. No different than the Christian church. And here we understand that the laws that God spoke about are alive and well. And the last point that I'll make to show you that the laws are in fact real is that we as Black, Latino, Native American people get punished every day for what? Not keeping the laws of the Bible. So when you see horrible things happening to us in inner cities, when it comes to anything that promotes a lower moral lifestyle, there are consequences for the behaviors as to why we get punished. So I got nothing to do with that. Do you study? I have. Genealogy, no. The Bible says strive not for genealogy. Anthropology, yes. And that is one of the main things that I speak about all the time. Why? Because that on top of sociology, gave me insight on how you begin to study society as well as people outside the United States. And because I have traveled and I do to this point still study cultures, again, these are things that I speak to. Do you think Afghans are for fighting? I don't think anyone who fights against terrorism would be, a threat. I think if I understand what you mean by T-rest, uh, why would anyone who stands up for themselves be a threat? No, people should stand up to being treated inhumanely, right? But but again, they are not innocent either. They have their bones in their closets too, right? So primarily, what I speak on is the oppression that Black, Latino, Native American people have been under. I don't promote violence, and I don't think that anyone should have to suffer any type of threat against their livelihood. But understand this: none of them have suffered the amount of time in enslavement that we have. So what we focus on in here is we focus on the issues that Black, Latino, Native American people have, not on other nations. Whatever issues they have to resolve their own issues. This is not a place for equality amongst, struggling groups of people. But we don't promote violence. We don't think that anyone should have to suffer. But we talk about our personal issues, not anyone else. Any other questions? Any other questions? What do you have? What else do you have for me? Violence is essential. Well, that is true. But let me put it like this. If you need to, I'll read the precept. You let me know if you want me to read it or not. In the Bible, God says vengeance is his. Which means what? Outside of protecting ourselves, we are not allowed to take vengeance on anyone. No matter how harsh it is, that is not our job. Right? So if you feel like you want to do so, you are free to do what you want. As far as this organization is concerned, we have rules to follow. Right? We don't want to embarrass the our school that we're in, nor do we want to put ourselves, family members, friends at danger because of us retaliating. Right? Two, God is in charge of everything. God is the one who allows these things to happen. Why? For what cause does God allow bad things to happen? Well, if he, by allowing bad things to happen, he's the one that can make the correction. When he makes the correction, he gets praise. If something bad happens and I go out and I try to take matters into my own hands, yes, I might get credit for it, but there's a lot of danger that I can't stop that will pursue me. They can't pursue the Most High, right? So, as I said, if you need me to pull up the precept, I will get it for you. Agree, violence in self-defense is. Yes, but again, you have to use wisdom with self-defense. You understand? As someone who is trained in martial arts, we've been trained on what to say, how to respond if we ever get attacked, so on and so forth. But even as someone who is trained, the main intention, the main goal is to leave, not to stay in danger, to leave. Why? Number one, I've been in too many situations where bad things could have happened to me for a multitude of reasons, not just here in the United States, overseas, right? That's why I prefer to stay home. I had enough. But anyways, you have to decide how far you take it. Going overboard can still get you arrested, get you sued, get you in jail. So again, the best thing you can do, unless you are forced to fight your way out of it, is just to leave the situation. That's the first defense that you have, is just leave. Now, if you are backed into a corner, you have no choice, then all bets are off, right? But you should never be the instigator or the first to throw blows. Because again, without using common sense, you or someone else, or even an innocent bystander, can be put in harm's way. And why should an innocent person have to, fight for their lives because you were trying to defend yourself, right? Guns are nothing to play with. They're not, right? If you are a hothead, again, temperament is really an important factor when it comes to any type of dealing with aggression. So let's say you are a hot-tempered, you like to jump into the situation, and you have a firearm or a duty weapon with you. And although you may be trying to defend yourself from someone who's trying to assault you, those projectiles don't they don't have homing systems in them.